Welcome back to Business Mathematics 1. I'm Eric from Mathematics Study Program, Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences ITB. We are still going to talk about Introduction to Integral, and we have come to the last part on application of integral on business mathematics, that is on producer and consumer surplus. Let's start. Okay, so the demand of before we start, we are going to discuss what consumer willingness to spend. The demand function of commodity is given by P equals dq, that is a decreasing function. Yeah, let's look at demand function. So if you want to buy Q0 units of certain goods, you have this unit price. Okay, yeah? But if you buy more than Q0 unit, you expect that you have a lower unit price. So this is a demand function, a decreasing function. So if AQ is the total amount that consumer are willing to pay for Q units, okay, yeah, total amount that consumer are willing to pay for Q units, then the change of total amount, if you add one unit, the change of total amount is the unit price you pay. Is the unit price you pay. So it means that the demand function can be thought as the rate of change of AQ with respect to Q. Okay, so if you have total amount that consumers are willing to pay for Q units, if you have 5 units, you are willing to pay 1 million. So the change, if you add one additional unit, the change in the total amount, that is the unit price. That is demand function. The unit price when you have buy Q units. Okay, yeah. When we are assuming that total amount that consumers are willing to pay for 0 unit is 0, we have AQ0 is AQ0 minus A0. But what is this? This is by using the first fundamental theorem of calculus. This is equals integral 0 to Q0 is A prime Q. A prime Q. But A prime Q is dQ. So AQ0 is total amount that consumers are willing to pay for Q0 units is integral 0 to Q0 of dQ. Okay, yeah. So dQ. Okay, so AQ0 is we usually call the total willingness to spend on Q0 unit of goods, and dQ is the marginal willingness to spend. The marginal willingness to spend is the price you pay for Q units. Okay, look carefully. So the total willingness to spend is this. So if you if you want to buy Q0, you have P0 unit price. If you have less than Q0, you have this unit price. In this unit price. So the total area of this under the curve P equals dQ is what we also call the total willingness to spend. Okay, but the total expenditure when you have both Q0 unit is the unit price is P0 units. So the total actual expenditure is given by P0 times Q0. That is the area of this. Okay, so you are willing to spend this, but you just pay this. So this is what we usually call the consumer surplus. Consumer surplus. So the formula is given by this. Consumer surplus is given by integral of this minus this area, P0 times Q0. Okay, yeah? Let's look at the problem here. Total willingness to spend and consumer surplus. The unit price in dollars for unit every Q units demand of certain goods is given by the function this. What is the total willingness and consumer surplus when there are 10 units of goods demanded? Okay, total willingness to spend, just integral of this, yeah, 100 minus Q from 0 to 10. So I have this. I can use the property of integral. I can use the formula for definite integral here, and I have $950. Okay, yeah? So the total willingness for a consumer to pay for 10 units are $950. Okay, yeah? But if you just bought if you just buy 10 units, what is the unit price? The unit price is 100 minus 10, that is 90. So you pay 900. So the unit price for, okay, $9. So you pay $900. So the total, the consumer surplus is given by total willingness to spend $950 minus the total spending, that is $900, that is $50. Okay, this is what we usually call the consumer surplus. And what about the producer surplus? Okay, if I have P equals the supply function should be an increasing function. Okay, so the area under the curve supply function is the profit that producer should receive, expected to receive. So the area under the curve SQ, this area is the profit that is expected to get for producer when you are producing Q0 unit, and the unit price is P0. Okay, yeah? So you are expected to have this, but if someone bought Q0 unit, you have to buy for P0 dollars per unit. So this area is the actual expenditure. So you are expected to have this, but people pay this, and you have this producer surplus. Okay, so the producer surplus is given by P0 times Q0, the area of this square, minus this one. This is the total profit expected by the producer. Okay, yeah. So this is what we use the producer surplus. Okay, so this is the example. A producer is supplying Q units of goods, and unit price is P is equal this dollar. Find the producer surplus when 5 units of goods are supplied. Okay, yeah. The unit price when 5 units goods are supplied is 35. Don't forget the supply function should be increasing function, yeah, because as a producer we want to have, if the unit you buy many, producer expect you will buy it on a higher unit price. Okay, so the producer surplus is given by P0 Q0. Okay, the actual expenditure 35 times 5 minus the profit expected by the producer, that is 10 plus 55Q. I can use the formula of indefinite integral. I have this. So the producer surplus is given by $62.5. Okay, so this is the end of the application of integral on business mathematics in the introduction of integral chapter. Later we will discuss about another application of integral, that is on improper integral. Yeah, we will discuss about improper integral, some improper integral, and the application to business mathematics. Okay, thank you.